quick look at Leo. Got a nice concrete pad. The roof looks okay as far as age-wise. I can see right there on that one eave or kind of overhang, it kind of dumps off. I'll just say it kind of dumps off. That's my only comment. I can kind of see a dip or two in the roof as well. I'm not sure how much that camera will show it, but you can maybe see the roof line is not perfect, which, you know, that is, in my estimation, somewhat common with this age of house. Give you a little street view. Everybody seems to be taking care of their property on this street. From my little quick inspection. The old holly bush. Yeah, I kind of see the same thing too there as far as the dip in the roof. That could be from, you know, a sheeting that is not as thick as what we would use now, or settling, or who knows what it may be. A little chip paint wear on the patio. Got some boards coming down. The weather's not always the easiest on those. This is like a painted metal siding. Got some double pane windows. They all appear to be a little bit older. A little wear on the floor. But overall in fairly good shape. Kind of a cute little entryway. There's actually a broken window right there. I wanted to say older wood windows. I can see right there that is rope cables broke on that one. Start a chain on that side. Nice and cool in here. Some nice little built-ins. This would be your dining room, I would think. Floors are in, the finish on these floors in here is in better shape. Kind of got an imperfection there in the ceiling. I'm sure that's access to your tub, water. Probably had like those old type furnaces at one time, so you probably just had big floor return that they've had to patch in right there. I think both these rooms are the same size as far as I can tell. Got a little bit better closet than this one. Built-ins. I don't know if they just painted over some wallpaper or what they did. Seeing those lines all the way down, looks there was some kind of seam. I don't know what to make of that. Almost looks like they have paneling or some kind of wallpaper seam of some sort. A couple drywall cracks, some settling, another one down here. If it's not drywall and it's plaster, you about can't fix those. That plaster just, even if you repair it, the crack just comes right back, at least in my opinion experience. Pretty small little kitchen. You got a little breakfast nook out there. Little windows. Got you a nice little wasp nest there. Kind of some tile looking countertops. Do have a washer, a dishwasher. Yeah, old wood cabinets. I guess this would be like your pantry, really. Storage in there, but it's a pretty small kitchen. Yeah, you got some. That looks like plaster cracks. I would say that is somewhat common after you get a house that settles a little bit. See some stair stepping. Actually can see light through that. I think you can see light just through that camera. So tuck pointing would need to be done there. It is tight right here, especially if you're 6'4". I can see some past signs of moisture that's pushed through. See that that's kind of bubbled up in several places. Kind of smells kind of basement-y down here. Yeah, you kind of have that staining. There's another crack down there, you know, mortar joint crack. Definitely got that staining all the way around. Looks like a sump pit. There's obviously no sump pump in there. See more of that staining in there. I did measure these ceiling joists. You're about 6'4", 6'5" from the ground to those, but obviously you got duct work, duct under here and there. I guess it depends on your haircut, maybe if you're 6'4", on whether you'll touch that or not. I think that moisture is just coming from your condensation line on your furnace. HVAC actually looks like it has been updated somewhat recently. Yeah, water heater's probably got some age on it. I'm not seeing it right off the bat, but I would say it's not new probably. coming in, copper line coming in. It's probably a vent. You know what? That's not a vent. That's your sink. Looks like that ties into the sink drain. You can see that this is kind of cracked a little bit where that's a mortar joint too. Somebody's updated your wiring for the most part. Looks like 3-wire. I'm not saying that that's everywhere throughout, but probably the stuff that they could get to, they updated it. Your other stack. This has been updated. Plastic. PVC, yeah, looks like you still have some. Cast iron. Old windows down here as well. So, I don't know what that little ramp runway is right there. Back patio. Hey, you got a little pet bunny rabbit. Fencing looks nice. A nice painted black fence. Nice little yard. I mean, overall, I'd say it's a fairly solid house for the price. It's small. You might be able to see that, how that kind of dumps off the edge right there. I don't know what to make of that. You do have that. No soffit, so you got all that wood underneath there. That's not my favorite, but that's just my personal preference. Just exposed. You have to paint it every now and then. And I don't like to paint. Got a little bit of wear on this. Seems sturdy but dirty. But yeah, not bad. I don't think so for the price. Probably have a basement that gets wet, I would guess, at some point in time. Maybe not a bunch, but I bet it trickles in with that block foundation. All right, head on over to the other one.